Welcome back. So I want to talk about the circadian rhythm, and that's the number one thing that I focus on when a client comes to me, because it plays such a vital role in our physiological and physical health and well-being, and a massive role in regulating our hormonal system. So most people aren't familiar with the circadian rhythm. I mean, I'm pretty sure you've heard of it, but how it actually works. And the circadian rhythm is our full biological 24-hour clock. It balances and regulates our biochemistry of the body. And two main hormones that make up our circadian rhythm is cortisol and melatonin. And yes, those are hormones. They aren't sex hormones, but they are hormones. So those two hormones are what make up our circadian rhythm, and they both play a vital role in our internal clock. So cortisol is produced or secreted 30 minutes upon awakening, and it keeps us active and alert. It keeps us out of that brain fog. And then melatonin is produced in the evening in the pineal gland. It's secreted to trigger that time to rest and sleep and restore the body. So that's the process of the two hormones. Cortisol is secreted 30 minutes upon awakening, and then it gradually decreases throughout the day. And then as the lights start to go down and darkness, then the pineal gland is triggered to produce melatonin for sleep so that we can rest and restore. Now, what we're seeing in our high stress culture is that a lot of people are having sleep disturbances, which are leading to metabolic syndromes, disease, anxiety, depression, brain fog. Over time, it's showing that it's leading to immunity problems, and Alzheimer's. So those are studies that are coming out. So we want to get on a healthy sleep cycle, and I want to help you in that process because that's what I do with my clients. So the things that I'm going to have you throw at you that you can incorporate daily and make adjustments into your lifestyle is the first thing is we want that sun exposure, and we're seeing extensive studies coming out of Stanford University and also Harvard Medical of how impactful sun exposure is to our hormonal system, and our circadian rhythm. So getting that sun exposure in, if you're in areas where you're not able to get that sun exposure, then it's okay to use artificial lights to help you out with that. So getting that sun exposure, daily exercise. Ideally, if you can get outside and exercise when that sun comes out and get as much as you can, that's great. But getting exercise in general, however you love to do it, getting the body moving. And electronics. I really focus on this with my clients is cutting back on electronics in the evenings and reserving your room as your space to disconnect from TV. You don't have your cell phones in your bed or in your room. You're dimming the lights. You're keeping the laptops and computers out of your room, because those are really what is impacting our society and disturbing sleep, is that people are in front of the screens late into the evening, and it is throwing off their circadian rhythm and their overall well-being and health. So cutting those off a few hours before bed so that your body can start triggering and activating the melatonin out of the pineal gland. And food, cutting out your food. Most people are snacking. If they're on the computers watching TV, they're snacking, and that impacts your circadian rhythm, and the fact that when you eat, your body produces cortisol, and that's the natural process. So when you're producing the cortisol, it impacts the production of the melatonin. It's sending the wrong signal to the body. And your digestive system needs time to rest. If you're going to sleep with food in your body, that means your digestive system can't have that time to rest and restore. It's actually at work digesting food. So it disturbs your sleep. It doesn't allow your body to get that full restorative sleep. So cutting food out 2 to 3 hours before bed, and liquids, if that's disturbing your sleep, 2 to 3 hours before bed. So those are key things, getting that light exposure, the exercise, disconnecting from your electronics, get the TV out of your room, and then not eating 2 to 3 hours before bed. That's really gonna help balance out your circadian rhythm and getting yourself on a healthy sleep schedule. So you're going to bed at the same time, so your body signals your body, this is the time that we go to bed. This is the time that I naturally wake up. And that's gonna help signal the body going into a healthy sleep pattern and balancing your hormones, your cognitive function, your brain function, your overall physiological well-being. So if you have questions about the circadian rhythm, please DM me and be happy to answer your questions. I do work with my clients on hormone health and the circadian rhythm. So if you have questions about that, please reach out to me. Ciao.